Hey neighbor. Yesterday, the province delivered their 2026 budget for Albertans, and obviously, while I am really glad that the province has continued to honor their commitments for projects underway, I admit I'm more than a little bit disappointed that we didn't see more new support. So I understand that these are tough economic times for the province, but the aspect of this budget that was most disappointing for me was that despite a $9.4 billion deficit, they still imposed a 21% increase in the provincial portion of your property taxes. Over the last 2 years alone, that compounds to a 35% increase for our neighbors. That is massive, especially when compared to November, when my council colleagues and I sharpened our pencils and delivered a 1.6% tax increase, down from an originally projected 6%. The province's pencils, by comparison, seemed to be completely blunt when it came to finding ways of supporting Calgarians. But what Calgarians are not getting from possibly the largest ever increase in property taxes in the city's history is the kind of transparency and accountability that you deserve. With that level of provincial tax increase, what we should have expected is that there would have been in turn new funding for Calgary's priorities. Instead, major economic projects like Prairie Economic Gateway that promises billions to our economy were ignored. Mental health and addictions funding that's needed to help make our city safe again and to help those in our community that are most vulnerable simply didn't materialize. And actually, another great example, the partnership between the city and the province that's supposed to cover low-income transit passes is currently being covered 90% by Calgary taxpayers and only 10% by the province. Clearly, none of this is sustainable or frankly effective. That's why on Tuesday, at the Executive Committee, I'm introducing a notice of motion that'll see the city's finance department provide more details annually on the gap between what the city pays and what the province reimburses us for, specifically in the areas of shared responsibility. This motion will increase transparency for taxpayers, and it will highlight where the province continues to download additional costs on the city that are not outlined in the budget. This is all about equity and ensuring that if Calgarians are footing the bill, that we get a fair share in return. You know, it's basically what the province asks of the federal government. We need the province to start treating Calgary the way that they want Canada to treat Alberta.